So for today's star skills, we're going to take a look at some basic algebraic necessities that could help you in our class as well as on your star test. And on page 1, we're going to translate algebraic expressions, meaning we're going to take word descriptions and turn them into the actual expressions. So number 1 says 2/5 of the sum of 5 and r. So we are going to take 2/5 of the sum of 5 and r. So sum means add. Now we're going to subtract the product, which means you're going to multiply, of 2 and y. So we have 2/5 times 5 plus r minus 2y. Number 2, we have 1/5 of the sum of w and 5, so w plus 5, plus the product, which is multiplication, of 3 and f. Number 3, we are going to add 5/6 to 2 times m. So 2m. Number 4, 2/3 of the sum of 7 and g. So far we've seen words like sum, which means addition, minus means subtraction, and product means multiply, times also means multiply. Number 5, the sum of 1/2 of d. So we have 1/2 d plus 1/5 s. And we're going to put that in parentheses so that we can subtract 8. Number 6, we have 3 minus w. Number 7, 1/6 of s is added to the product of 5 and C. Number 8. 1/3 of the sum of 7 and P plus the product of 3 and D. Number 9. We have 6 times the sum of F and 3. And finally, number 10, 3 times P. If you have any questions about how to turn word problems or word descriptions into expressions, please ask for help so that you have a good solid foundation with this algebraic skill. On page 2, we're going to focus on order of operations. This is a very important skill that a lot of people mess up, so we need to make sure you understand the proper order. So on number 1, the first step in the order of operation is parentheses and exponents left to right. So we have a parentheses here. Nine minus 2 is going to be 7. And 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. So we've got 7 minus 4 squared times 5 squared. Now I'm going to do this squaring here. So I'm going to have 7 minus 16. And I'm going to do the 5 squared, which is 25. Now I need to do the parentheses first. This is 7 minus 16, which equals negative 9. And finally, negative 9 times 25 is negative 225. And that's our final answer. So now on our next one, I'm going to do the innermost parentheses here. So I have 11 minus 5, which is 6. Next, I'm going to do the exponent. And 6 squared is 36. Now I'm going to do the parentheses. And 4 plus 36 is 40. And now we'll do addition and subtraction left to right. 4 plus 40 is 44. Minus 9 is 35. So our final answer is 35. Number 2. I'm going to do the 12 divided by 3 in parentheses. And this becomes 4. I'm going to do the 17 plus 3 in parentheses. That becomes 20. Now I'm going to do the exponents. 4 squared is 16. And 6 squared is 36. And now I'll do the parentheses. 20 plus 36 is 56. And finally, 16 plus 56 is 72. So my final answer is 72. So as we do number 7, I can do 5 squared becomes 25. I have 24 divided by 3, which is 8. And I have 5 squared, which is 25. And I have 5 squared, which is 25. Now I'm going to do my parentheses. 8 plus 25 is 33. I do parentheses. 25 plus 33 is 58. And 58 minus 25 is 33. Final answer. Number 3. I have 3 squared, which is 9. I have 20 divided by 2, which is 10. And I have 4 squared, which is 16. And then 4 squared, which is 16 again. I'm going to do the parentheses. 10 plus 16 is 26. 9 plus 26 is 35. And 35 minus 16 is 19. Final answer. Number 8. 10 minus 6 is 4. 4 squared is 16. 3 plus 16 is 19. 5 plus 19 is 24, plus 4 is 28. Final answer. Number 4. 9 minus 5 is 4, and 8 squared is 64. 4 squared is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. 18 minus 5 is 13. And 13 plus 64 is 77. Final answer. Number 9. 14 minus 3 is 11. 12 divided by 6 is 2. And 4 squared is 16. 2 squared is 4. 11 minus 4 is 7. And 7 times 16 is 112. Final answer. Number 5. 9 minus 4 is 5. And 4 squared is 16. 5 times 2 is 25. 8 plus 16 is 24. 25 times 2 is 50. And 50 plus 24 is 74. Final answer. Number 10. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 18 minus 7 is 11. And 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. 11 plus 4 is 15. And 9 plus 15 is 24. Final answer. If you have any questions about order of operations, please use class time to ask for further clarification. You do parentheses and exponents together, left to right, multiplication and division together, left to right, and addition and subtraction together, left to right. On page 3, we're going to be simplifying algebraic expressions. And that simply means we're going to take the values they give us for the variables, and then we're going to simplify it out as far as possible. So for number 1, we have -2 minus 5 times 9. We're going to substitute 3 in for x, and we're going to substitute -4 in for c. So, -2 minus 5 times 9 times 3 is 27, and 3 times -4 is -12. -2 times, or minus 5 times 27 minus 12 equals 15. -2, -5 times 15 is -75. And -2 minus 75 is -77. Final answer. Number 6. We're going to substitute -6 in for D. And we're going to substitute -2 in for F. So 7 times -6 is -42. And -4 divided by -2 is 2. -42 minus 2 is -44. Number 2. We're going to substitute 24 in for C. And we're going to substitute 5 in for W. 24 divided by 6 is 4. And -7 times 5 is -35. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 minus 35 is -23. Final answer. Number 7. We're going to substitute 10 in for C. And we're going to substitute -2 for F. 10 divided by 5 is 2. -9 times -2 is +18. And -2 plus 18 is 16. Final answer. Number 3. K equals -7 and B equals -5. 2 times -7 is -14, and -4 times -5 is +20. 9 minus 14 is -5, and -5 plus 20 is 15. Final answer. Number 8. W equals 7 and B equals -8. 2 times 7 is 14, and 14 minus 8 equals 6. Final answer. Number 4. C equals 4 and B equals -5. 7 times 4 is 28, and -8 times -5 equals +40. 28 plus 40 equals 68, and -2 times 68 equals -136. Final answer. Number 9. D equals 9 and S equals -7. 5 times 9 is 45, and 45 plus 7 equals 52. Final answer. Number 5. S equals -4 and X equals -8. 2 times -4 is -8, and 3 times -8 is -24. -8 minus 24 is -32. -32 minus 9 is -41. And -41 plus 5 is -36. Final answer. Number 10. B equals 24 and X equals -4. 24 divided by 6 is 4. 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. 4 minus 7 is negative 3, and negative 3 minus 24 equals negative 27. Final answer. If you have any questions about how to do this worksheet, please use class time to ask for further clarification. Finally, page 4, adding and subtracting rational numbers. Find each sum or difference. So number 1, if you subtract a negative, it becomes addition. So 37 plus 10 equals 47. Number 8. When we add these, I have 6 plus 3 in the whole number, so that's 9. And I have 0.7 plus 0.7, which becomes 1.4. And now 9 plus 1.4 becomes 10.4. Number 2. Again, if I have minus a negative, it becomes a positive. In order to add or subtract fractions, we must have common denominators. So I'm going to multiply the halves by 3 so that they become sixths. So negative 9 halves is negative 27 sixths. And 8 halves becomes 24 sixths. Now, negative 27 minus 4 becomes negative 31. Negative 31 plus 24 becomes negative 7 sixths. Number 9. Minus a negative becomes addition. And now we need a common denominator. The least common denominator for 4 and 6 is 12. So I need to multiply 3/4 by 3 over 3. So that becomes 9/12. And I need to multiply 7/6 by 2 over 2. And that becomes 14/12. Now I can add them together. 9 plus 14 equals 23/12. Number 3. Minus a negative becomes addition. 5 plus 8 is 13. And 0.3 plus 0.0 is just 0.3. If you add a negative, you're just subtracting. So negative 28 minus 37 minus 20. Negative 28 minus 37 equals negative 65. And negative 65 minus 20 equals negative 85. Number 4. If you are adding a negative, it becomes subtraction. So negative 6 minus 35 equals negative 41. Number 11. If you add a negative, it becomes subtraction. Negative 30 plus 11 becomes negative 19. And negative 19 minus 25 becomes negative 44. Number 5. Adding a negative is subtraction. The least common denominator of 5 and 2 is 10. So 7/5 becomes 14 tenths by multiplying top and bottom by 2. Negative 6 halves becomes negative 30 over 10 by multiplying top and bottom by 5. And 4/5 becomes 8 over 10 by multiplying top and bottom by 2. 14 minus 30 equals negative 16. And negative 16 plus 8 equals negative 8 over 10, which simplifies to negative 4 over 5. Adding a negative becomes subtraction. So 7.1 minus 1.9. 7.1 minus 0.9 becomes 6.2. And 6.2 minus 1 becomes 5.2. Number 6. The least common denominator between 8 and 2 is 8. So 7 over 8 stays the same. But now we multiply 5 over 2 by 4 over 4. And that becomes 20 over 8. 7 minus 20 is negative 13 over 8. Number 13. Subtracting a negative becomes addition. Negative 1.5 plus 2.3 becomes 0.8. And 0.8 plus 2 equals 2.8. Number 7. 19 plus 29 equals 48. And finally, subtracting a negative becomes addition. So 7.2 minus 1.6 becomes 5.6. And 5.6 plus 7.8 equals 13.4. If you have any questions about how I solved any of the problems in this worksheet packet, please use class time to ask for further clarification.